Hello, let us see how to write letters in German, common mistakes and different types of letters, differences between writing letters in English and German. These letters could be an example for writing cover letter, writing letters for job application and many more. We will also see example letters and few sentences that you could make use of while writing a letter. This is a sample letter layout or the format, how it will look like. Any letter will have a letter header section. In letter header section, you will have the sender. So who is going to send the letter? Here, Julia Müller is sending the letter, and then comes the receiver of the letter, who is going to receive the letter. Here it is a company, the address, and it is also addressed to a person, and the address following that. Here you could also see the location from where Julia Müller is writing the letter, and then the date, on which date she is writing the letter. Following that, you will have the subject. Subject, if you are going to print it or send it, always make it a little bit bolder, like shown here. So here the subject is Julia is applying for a job application for a junior systems developer. So she has seen a advertisement Anzeige for a junior systems developer. So that's the subject line. That's the reason why she is writing this letter. Following the letter header section, you will have the letter intro section or introduction section, where you will formally address the whom you are writing and also the reason. You will start the letter, how you are going to start writing the letter, the message, introduction about yourself and why you are writing, what is your motivation behind writing this letter. Following that, you will go to the main message or the main body of the letter, where you could also write all the additional details, why you are the best fit, what are the various experiences that you have which is very relevant to the position that they are looking for, and why you are the most suitable candidate. So here the main message ends. After the main message, you have to end the letter. So you have to ensure that you are saying either you are going to ready to come face to face, or how to go about next. Such a message you could write an ending of the letter, how you want to end the letter. You can also say, I'll be happy to receive a reply message back from them. Following this, you will write a salutation like mit freundlichen Grüßen, with kind regards, or like that what you write in English. Similarly, you have to close in German, and you could notice here is no comma. We'll go in depth why and how you will end. There are various options to end the letter. Following that, you will have the signature section. You could have your first name, last name, and you could also sign the letter after your signature. And if there are any other attachments apart from this letter, generally if you have a cover letter, there will be your CV. Additionally, you might be sending the CV as well, so that will come under attachments. Let us learn few words related to writing a letter, vocabulary in German. Briefkopf. So letterhead is called Briefkopf. The sender of the letter is Absender. Recipient of the letter is Empfänger. Date, called Datum in German. Subject line, Betriebszeile. Introduction, Einleitung. Salutation is called Anrede in German. Entering into the message or the letter is Einstieg, how you are entering or starting. Main message is called Hauptteil in German. Motivation is almost same. relation to the company, Bezug zum Unternehmen. Letter ending or Schluss, reference to getting to know each other personally. So Hinweis auf persönliches Kennenlernen. So how you want to go about next. So you have to write about that as well. So at the end, as usual, any letter will have your Grußformel, salutation, and then signature is called Unterschrift, that you might be already knowing most of the times. So there are two types of letters, formal letters and informal letters. So whenever you write letters to your colleagues at work, please use formal letter. There are various other places where you will use formal letter whenever you write to your professor or to your doctor, to a customer care or customer services. Please always use formal letter. And whenever you are confused whether to write a formal letter or informal letter, please go with formal letter. It is better to keep it formally. In informal letters, you could use informal style or format whenever you write to your friends, families, and only to well-known neighbors. So while you're writing informal letter, you will be using the du form because it's an informal way of writing in German. And informal, please use sie, and then the verb should also be conjugated accordingly if you're using sie form. So how to start the letter with the introduction? In formal letters, here are a few examples to whom you are going to write. So here, sehr geehrte Frau Schmidt. So if you are going to write to a lady, you will write geehrte and then Frau. So in German, there is nothing like Mrs. or Miss. So the last name could be either from her husband, or if she is not married, she might be having the last name from her parents. There are times when they might be keeping the last name from parents as well as from the husband. So ensure that you have to understand from the first name whether you are going to write to a male or a female. Accordingly, you have to use sehr geehrte Frau or sehr geehrte Herr. If you are going to write to a man, here you could see you have ER and then Herr, like Mr. Schmidt. And then if you do not know to whom you are going to write, in some cases there are times when you are addressing to a customer care or customer service, you can use sehr geehrte Damen und Herren because you do not know to whom you are writing exactly to a person. It's not for a person, rather it is for like dear ladies and gentlemen, to the entire team. And if you are going to write to your professor, please add one more word. This is adding additional respect. Sehr geehrter Herr, and then professor, and then comes the last name of your professor. And if you are going to write to a professor who is already having a doctor, then you can also add Dr. Schmidt. And if you're going to write to a doctor and if you do not know the name, you can always write here it is to return to a lady doctor. So sehr geehrte Frau Doktor. Let us see how you will start informal letter. Say if you are going to write to Emma and you know Emma really well, then you could use liebe Emma. And if you are going to write Emma as the female name, and if you are going to write for a male, then you should have an ending like ER, Lieber, Leonardo. Here you are using first name. Compared to formal letter, you will use last name, and in informal letter, you will use first name. So it could be Emma Schmidt or Leonardo Schmidt. Then you will use the first name in informal letters. Liebe Emma meaning is dear Emma or lovable Emma. And if you don't know the person really too much, then you can always write hello Emma. This is still informal. If you want to write little bit informal, then you could write hello and then the first name of the person. So few examples of starting the main message. While writing formal letter, you will have this Geehrter Herr Schmidt that we have seen, and then you will say first thank you for your mail. Vielen Dank for your email. If you're writing to say thanks for your letter, or so you have to change it accordingly. And then ich möchte wissen, ob mein Brief angekommen ist. So I would like to know whether you have received my letter. Here is another example where there is not written like thank you, rather it is semi-informal, like haben Sie mein Brief bekommen. So you are using Sie and then the verb conjugated accordingly for Sie in formal letters. In informal letter, you will have this liebe Emma. After that there is a comma. In English, generally you will have a capital letter, whether it is formal or informal letter. You will have a capital letter in English, but in German we will always use small character or small letter. No capital letters here. So you can also notice here. So wie geht es dir? So in informal letter you could always ask how are you? I hope you are doing well. I hope you are really doing well. All those things. And then you can jump to the main message after following the starting of this main message. So here it is written to a man. Here you are using du form. Hast du vielleicht Lust, nächste Woche mit mir ins Kino zu gehen? So you are asking here, you have not used wie geht es here. Directly you maybe wanted to save time. So you are going to directly to the main message. You are starting. Do you have maybe time to go to cinema next week? So how to end the letter? In ending, formally you could say ich bedanke mich bei Ihnen im Voraus. So you could see the formal conjugation here, Ihnen with capital I. So you're saying I'm thank you for the outcome. Ich würde mich freuen, bald von Ihnen zu hören. I would be happy to get a reply back from you. Für weitere Auskünfte stehe ich Ihnen gerne zur Verfügung. I am readily available if you need additional information. Informally, you could end the letter like ganz liebe Grüße an Maria and Hans. Allowable greetings to Maria and Hans. Schreib mal wieder. Please reply back or write back. Lasst ab und zu wieder von dir hören. Let's often reply back or write back to me, like I'm happy to hear back often from you. So you could write formal or informal these endings depending upon the person you are writing, depending upon the situation. You could use any of these sample sentences. So various salutations before writing your signature. You can use mit freundlichen Grüßen. This is very widely used while writing formal letter. In shortly, some of them might write MFG. The meaning is same, just the short form. Some would like to write mit herzlichen Grüßen. Heartily greetings. Best wishes is like mit besten Gruß. Informally, in informal letters you could write liebe Grüße, like with lots of love, viele Grüße, many greetings. In short form you could also use LG or VG, foggy in German, and alles Liebe. Yeah, many love or lots of love. So these are various different informal way of salutations that you could use at the end of the letter. Any questions? If you have any questions, please feel free to write on the comment section. And if you would like to know something more, a new video on a different topic, feel free to write in the comment section. If you like this video, please go ahead and subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this content with your friends if you like it, and feel free to comment with all your doubts.